Folks, welcome back to another video. My name is Professor Vincent. Today we're going to be talking about the market. I'm going to break down each set by set, what I think about each one, starting from Scarlet Violet to Mega Evolutions. And so let's get into it. We're going to go over the market. You're going to see all the numbers, and I'm going to break each one down. So we've got Scarlet Violet and Mega Evolutions, all of the numbers for the week. We go over each one every single week and go into the numbers and why we should be investing, why should we should be putting in our time and our effort into getting these certain sets and holding long term. Specifically for around 2 to 5 years is the hold mark for me personally, and that's what we go over. So Scarlet and Violet base set, what do I think? What am I seeing? I'm seeing the total value is slowly going up and up. It was around like a 600 total value range, probably about 4 or 5 months ago. So it is making progress. The booster box is slowly rising. All the booster boxes, honestly, have been slowly rising. They used to be at like 230 to 250, and now everything is starting to just continue to rise, Scarlet Violet wise, which I think is just a common average growth for everything sealed product wise, especially for Scarlet Violet. I think the bull run is still there. We're still working at it. The Pokemon, am I buying Scarlet Violet base right now in mass? No, I'm not buying it. Thinking more of an investment term wise is how I gauge things on how I'm buying. Really only had the packs for Scarlet Violet base, so and I sold all of those. So not holding any, or I don't have any right now currently. Would I buy any if I was just trying to collect? Yes, I would. Obviously, if I was into just having one of each, which I used to be. Currently, I decided to sell 95% of everything I have, except for Prismatic, Destined Rivals, Black Bull, White Flare, and Ascent Heroes. And I do have a Phantasmal Flames booster box as well. Holding on to that. We'll get into that later. So Scarlet and Violet base, it's just investability-wise not the greatest, and not getting too much into it. I would like to have the PCETB of it. I do think that is good. But really, there's nothing else that I would go into for Scarlet Violet base. Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved, one of the things I wanted to say for Paldea Evolved is that the print quality of Paldea Evolved as a whole is terrible. The staff cards, which I collect staff cards, they have super poor print quality, and what I've noticed in the cards as well, especially the Magikarp, is that the gem rates are just super hard in all of Paldea Evolved, and so that is another reason why it could be pushing up the total values, which I think is probably a big reason why, is because if you can get good gradable cards from a box, then you made money grading those. I do really like the PCETB of Paldea Evolved, and that's something that I would potentially get later on. I don't have any Paldea Evolved anymore. I recently sold off of all of it, just because I think it's kind of just slow. It's going to start slowly gaining appreciation from now on. And I think it's going to just it's just going to need another 5 years to grow. Maybe in like 5 years it'll hit to $1,000 a box, is what I'm projecting, and so that's just too slow for me to grow, and so I'm not holding on to any of it right now. But the total value has been steadily growing. It's at 1897 now, which I think is actually really nice for the set, and the bundles are everything really sealed product wise is growing slowly. I did have booster boxes used to be at like 480, now they're at like they got to 400, and now they're slowly going back up. So I'm just gonna keep a watch of that, even though I'm not really holding any. City of Flames as well. The total value has been growing over time. It grew like, used to be like 350 total value, and because the booster box, I was talking about why the booster box is worth more than the set value, which has changed now. So I I do think Obsidian Flames doesn't have the best grade ability as well, so that's another reason why it would be doing good. Um, I really don't think it's just because of the Charizard for that set. But PCETBs definitely did well with the Charmander on it, the box. Can't complain there. The ETBs at 309 though, very hard to buy those because I just don't. He's just not gonna move. I just don't see it moving at all. Really anything Obsidian Flames, not even gonna touch or get close to. 151 though. 151. Doing really good. It's continuing to grow. Bundles are still going up. Packs are still going up. ETBs coming right back up. And the PC ETBs, I think, will continue to grow, but it's just going to take a little bit, a couple more sales for them to hit the 1500 per Pokemon Center ATB, which I think is insane. But recently, like I said, I have like 151 ETB left, and I'm just gonna hold that for nostalgia reasons. I don't see it is a great set, but I think right now is my time to start what was starting to sell. Right, I sold a bunch of it already. So I w- continuing to stay the course, and I'm not really buying any unless it's like I'm buying it at a percentage from like a collection sale or something like that. So really getting into I would really love to get a huge percentage off of 151 because I would love to. I believe I could sell it really quickly. 151 is a good one that you can sell, and another good reason why you should hold it is because you can sell it faster. Liquidity on it is better. Paradox Rift. Paradox Rift is moving up. Total value, it's growing like $200. The booster box staying near the same kind of this lower end of it. Pokemon Center ETB, and the regular ETB staying steady. The bundle price hasn't really moved, and the pack price went up for like $1. So everything's starting to go to that $9 range for the. I guess it looks like Temporal Forces and up, which is like that block. So seems about right for that. Twilight Masquerade is definitely up next. But Paradox Rift is, I'd see it as a mid set. It's not going to do like too crazy of anything. So not really getting into that one. Paldean Fates though, great one to get into right now. I think it could be. I think it's still moving. I think the prices are. I wouldn't be buying like ETBs. I'd be buying the packs right now. I think they could get to the same around 151s. I think they'll be like $30 a pack here probably soon within this next year. So I think that is a plus for it. But the ETB and PC ETB price, it kind of amazes me how close they are together. I think the PC ETB is definitely worth a lot more. So it could be a play for the PC ETB to start getting into it now. I think it could definitely hit 1,000 in the next year. So definitely a play there to see. Temporal Forces. Temporal Forces has been making a move. All of the Gengars in the set and the evolution line of Gengar, those are all moving up. And the should be like the Ghastly or Gengar is like the #1 card in the set now. So really good to see. Temporal Forces moving up. It's at like 310 a box. The PC ETB and ETB, they don't seem very sought after and probably harder to sell, so not getting into those. The bundle as well. My thoughts on bundles is buy bundles to rip. You don't really want to hold on to bundles, I would say. Just harder product to hold for a long period of time, I would say. So I don't really hold bundles as an investment. I tend to just sell those. Because people want to rip, and those are the best product to get into to rip. Twilight Masquerade moving up. Love to see Twilight Masquerade moving up. At the 1375 for the total value. Set's doing well. I think the booster box hasn't moved in a while, in a long time. So it could be moving. I recently sold my Twilight Masquerade boxes, booster boxes, to get more prismatic, of course. Um, but I just don't see it moving too heavily here soon. I mean, I think it definitely is a $400 box here soon, and maybe in like the next year, but that's probably around about it, since it is seen as probably like a mid set. There's not too much going on in Twilight Masquerade. Not many people like the teal mask Ogrepons as like their favorite Pokemon, and so they don't. That's why the total value is going to stay around that mark. Not doing anything else with the other products. I only think the booster box for Twilight Masquerade is worth it. Everything else not really too worth it. Shrouded Fable. Shrouded Fable has came a long way. It used to be $3 a pack, and the ETBs were $30. So we've come a long way. For Shrouded Fable, not getting into Shrouded Fable, I don't see an investment opportunity unless you're going to hold for 10 years, which I think if you hold anything for 10 years in Pokemon space, you're going to do well. So really nothing else to be said about Shrouded Fable. No one's really going too crazy over Shrouded Fable. Stellar Crown. Ooh, I do think Shrouded Fable is a good set to master set. I do think the lower valued sets, if you're going to be master setting, and collecting all the cards, I think it's good to get get that progress, right? You're getting cheaper cards, but it's the completion part of it, right? And if you're starting out, it's better to just be in the lower end and not spending as much into, so you make sure that you know and that you actually like the hobby as a whole if you're going to be spending money and collecting these cards. Um, Stellar Crown. Stellar Crown, not much movement at all in the past few weeks. There's nothing really else for it. I mean, the Bulbasaur and Squirtle are still running the show for that. I did see the Terapagos back at like $80, so that's good to see rather than the $40. So if you were getting the Terapagos is at like 35, $40, good for you. You made some money. But Stellar Crown, not something that excites me too much. Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks is moving up. I do see the total value moving up. I always correlate the Surging Sparks and Twilight Masquerade together, which it looks like they made a bunch of Surging Sparks booster boxes and put them into the little, like they put them at Kroger's and like they're around, which is causing the price to be where it's at. I don't think it's gonna do anything crazy. I think people are still reminiscing from Vivid Voltage, and that's what they see it as. I don't think it's the same, but I did sell all of my Surging Sparks, and it was a little harder to sell because people are selling their boxes for like 200 and on Facebook Marketplace, and they're still not able to sell. So, very hard set to sell and have liquidity for. And that's really the only thing I would buy for Surging Sparks. Maybe the PC ETB, but that would be probably, I wouldn't be getting the ETBs, the bundles, or the packs to hold. Just not something that I am doing. Prismatic Evolutions, though, is a different beast. $5,449 for the total value of the set. This is the set we are going heavily into. If you can get anything of it, I would. I think it's going to be on its run here soon. 151 did the exact same thing. It was at like 175 for like a year and a quarter to a year and a half of it being out, and then it started just shooting up. And as Ascended Heroes is taking over the market, basically, which it's going crazy, Prismatic Evolutions is slowly getting forgot about, which I think is great for us. If you watch my videos and you're looking at the numbers, right? And so 175 per ETB, I think, is a great buy right now, as I believe it's going to do similar to 151, and I think it's going to do better than 151 for sure. The print quality in Prismatic Evolutions is terrible, which boosts the numbers of the sets, as people love the evolutions. They'll always be around. But yeah, anything prismatic wise, I would say try and get your hands on. Specialty sets, definitely worth doing. Journey Together. I actually do like the Articuno, the Wailord, and some other cards within Journey Together, which um, it seems the community doesn't as much because of the total value and the price of the cards isn't reflected on that. So Journey Together is just a hard set to sell as well because there's not as many people wanting to rip it or open it, and so not a very hard set to start buying large quantities of for long term, for sure. It does have the print quality for the staff cards is not that great, and is also another reason why you should buy those. Which I hold those, but overall, Journey Together not doing anything too crazy. I know it has the promo in the box, but it's just not enough. Not enough for the community. Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals is one that is moving up. It's around 2,100 for the total value, which is awesome to see. Good to see the booster box coming back to 600 as well. We've got a couple of those, and we're trying to trade for some of those. I think the Destined Rivals booster box is at a good point. I think 596.22 is a good spot for it to be at. I have decided to have my investment percentages out. We want to have some like 20% be in the bigger products, such as the booster boxes. I'm not quite at 20%, but I do have a percentage of just Distant Rivals booster boxes because those are very liquid. People are wanting those all the time. Very hard to see and or get. So if you do have those locally and you do have them, I would recommend holding and not selling and just waiting and seeing how it's going to perform. Of course, unless you want to take gains, if you were able to get it at like 200, 300 when it came out, you can take your gains however you want, right? But for the long haul, holding Destined Rivals, really not buying anything else, Destined Rivals other than the booster box and the sleeve single packs. They're like $10 right now. I think they're going to slow down on making those because there's just other sets that they need to create. Mega Evolutions is out harder to do for Destined Rivals. But yeah, booster box and sleeved packs for Destined Rivals. That's what you want to be in. If you're able to get some deals on the ETBs, definitely do it. I don't see bundles as a viable play. But Black Bolt White Flare. Black Bolt White Flare is moving up. The total values are slowly they're moving up by $100 like week by week it seems, and so really good to see. I still think Black Bolt White Flare is great to hold. I'm still buying it. The ETBs at 115, 102 are perfect. Honestly, people are selling on Facebook Marketplace for like $90, and so if you can get those for $90, make money off of the buy and just hold. I think in 2 years from now, well, honestly, a year from now, I think the Black Bolt White Flare is just gonna do super well. And it seems that the last set created for every single like line of Pokemon cards, so like Scarlet Violet and then Mega Evolutions, like the end number in the last set that's released always does super well. And I think we're going to see that. Here soon. I think people are just losing their minds over Ascended, and they're just forgetting about other things that are happening, right? And that's why Perfect Order is getting forgot about as well. But I think Black Bolt White Flare overall going to be a really good set to hold. Mega Evolutions. We're getting into Mega Evolutions now. Mega Evolutions at $1,739. Not too bad. I think it's it's probably the best base set box that we've ever had released before. So really good to be in it. I have booster boxes of it. I'm trying to sell it honestly, because I am condensing everything into what I believe. But I did get those at like 170 to 200, and so it's worth it to me honestly to sell at 300. So trying to make trades, trying to sell those and see what we can do. But that's really the only thing I would get into. For Mega Evolutions, I wouldn't be trying to get the PC ETBs. I just think that they're just not as sought after. But the booster box, I think if you were wanting to get into it, I think that would be what you should be buying because you could sell those faster. It's all about liquidity in the end. right? And so you want to be able to sell it, right, eventually. And that's pretty much the booster box is pretty much all I would do for Mega Evolutions. Phantasmal Flames, on the other hand, the total value is doing well. It's slowly growing. The Charizard in the set is around like 800, 900 now, and so it's moving up. It's moving back up. Really good to see. People really love Phantasmal Flames. People really love to open it, which I think is why the pack price is at $10 now. Is because everyone wants that Charizard in there, and they know that there's not as many cards in it, so it's easier to pull that card, and so the it's just more worth it for them, and I think that's what they see. But the booster boxes are around $400. I did see sales on TCG Player for like 460 to 500, and so I do have one last one. I started selling all my booster boxes, which they were going really quick because people really love Phantasmal Flames, and so I would honestly, if you're able to buy ETBs, PC ETB, or a booster box of Phantasmal Flames, I definitely think you should hold, um, or buy as much as you can so you can flip it, because I think it's really easy to do that with Phantasmal Flames, especially since what I'm noticing is a lot more people are wanting it. Really wanted set, you're able to sell it fast, and that's really what you want if you're going to burn and turn or hold later on. Um, I think it'll be a good set for liquidity reasons, since it does have the most insane Charizard I've ever seen. Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes. It dropped some total value. It looks like the the Gengar inside is just up and down, and so really we don't know how that card's going to perform. I do think the Pikachu and the Dragonite that is inside it does look better art wise, and so I think they should be worth more than the Gengar, but it's the market versus me, so can't go into everything. But Ascended Heroes, basically anything that you can get for Ascended Heroes, you want to buy, and that's all you need to know. Ascended Heroes, if you can get it, just hold it, rip it, do whatever you want. The set's absolutely insane. Um, Highly recommend. Perfect Order, not the greatest, dude. $930 for the total value. It's the lowest Mega Evolution set we've had for a while now, and it was really hard for me to sell my product that I had for Perfect Order. We finally did it. Some guy gave me market price for it, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I would love to sell that." So made it happen, but it just took a long time. Not looking to buy any Perfect Order anytime soon. I don't want anything to do with it. It's just not something that I want to open or want to try and sell, because it's just a pain to try and sell it. Um, so yeah, that is the market update on everything about each set. Please leave a like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already.